At a sheep farm in Inner Mongolia, an unusually large number of wild wolves suddenly began appearing around the perimeter. Day and night, they quietly paced along the fence, watching the flock from a distance and showing no sign of leaving. Their constant presence quickly put the farmers on high alert, as they feared the wolves might be waiting for the perfect opportunity to strike. But before long, the farmers realized the wolves weren't there to steal sheep at all. Their real target was the Tibetan Mastiff guarding the flock. Standing just outside the steel fence, one wolf constantly teased, nuzzled, and followed the massive guardian wherever it went, acting as if it wanted to get as close as possible. In wolf behavior, this kind of muzzle-licking and affectionate greeting is a submissive gesture, one that acknowledges the other animal as the dominant leader. Even though the Tibetan Mastiff showed little interest and often tried to ignore it, the persistent wolf refused to give up, shamelessly sticking by its side every chance it got. One particularly bold female wolf even dug a tunnel beneath the fence just to get closer to the Tibetan Mastiff. Instead of acting like a predator searching for prey, she seemed determined to bridge the distance between them, returning again and again, despite every obstacle in her way. Despite being repeatedly ignored by the Tibetan Mastiff, the most striking female wolf in the pack continued making the first move. She approached him with gentle, playful gestures, trying over and over to win his attention. With the rest of the pack quietly accepting her role, she even rolled onto her back in front of the Mastiff, a vulnerable posture that, among canines, signals trust and a lack of hostile intent. Yet even then, the stoic guardian dog remained calm and showed little interest in responding to her advances. Even though the Tibetan Mastiff made it clear he wasn't interested, the determined she-wolf refused to back down. She followed him relentlessly, day after day, never missing a chance to get close. According to the farm workers, she even seemed to imitate the Mastiff's behavior. Every day, she practiced barking instead of howling, as if she were trying to speak his language in hopes of winning him over. Whether that was true or simply a charming interpretation, her persistence quickly became one of the most talked about stories on the farm. After watching the wolves for several days, the farmers finally realized what was really happening. The entire pack was working together. While the female wolf kept the Tibetan Mastiff distracted with her relentless attention, the rest of the wolves quietly slipped away to steal the meat the farmers had hung high in the trees, a storage method specifically meant to keep it out of the wolves' reach. It wasn't a random encounter after all. It appeared to be a carefully coordinated distraction, with every member of the pack playing a role. Their surprising behavior wasn't limited to the Tibetan Mastiff. Over time, the wolves also became remarkably comfortable around the people on the farm. They would roll onto their backs, expose their bellies, and act unusually playful, almost as if they were trying to earn everyone's trust. They weren't picky eaters either. From fresh meat to dog kibble, and sometimes even fruit, they eagerly accepted almost anything they were offered. The female wolf never stopped trying to win the Tibetan Mastiff's affection. Day after day, she stayed close to him, patiently repeating the same gentle, friendly gestures. At first, the Mastiff kept his distance and showed little interest. But as time passed, he gradually lowered his guard and began accepting the constant presence of his unusual companion. Watching the two together, the farmers couldn't help but admire the she-wolf's incredible persistence. Before long, the farmers noticed that the female wolf was pregnant, and they believed the Tibetan Mastiff was the father. If true, it marked the beginning of an extraordinary crossbreed between a wild wolf and a domestic guardian dog. something the people on the farm had never expected to witness.
这个 OK，
行，大概啊。
这样能看见吗？
我看，哎，我能看见屏幕才行，对我。
狼是没事，我们没事，狼是敢在这就。
About 2 months later, the farmers discovered that the female wolf had dug a den in an open area of the farm to give birth. Inside the den was a healthy litter of pups. Some clearly resembled their Tibetan Mastiff father, with their larger build and fluffy coats, while others inherited more of their mother's wolf-like features, including their slender frames and distinctive facial markings. The mixed litter became an extraordinary sight that fascinated everyone on the farm. To ensure their safety, the entire little family was brought back to the farm and cared for by the staff. With a secure place to rest, plenty of food, and regular attention, the mother and her pups were able to grow and thrive under close supervision. The puppies received dedicated care every day and grew stronger with each passing week. Everyone on the farm looked forward to watching them mature, eager to see what these remarkable Wolf-Tibetan Mastiff hybrids would look like once they were fully grown. From an unlikely bond between a wild she-wolf and a Tibetan Mastiff to the birth of a healthy litter of hybrid pups, the farm witnessed an extraordinary chapter of animal behavior. As the puppies continue to grow under the care of the farm staff, everyone is excited to see what they'll become. Whether they inherit more of their mother's wild instincts or their father's loyal temperament, one thing is certain: this is a family unlike any other, and their journey is only just beginning.
你要尝一下是吧？你不让我喂，你就继续喂小狗啊！哎呦，妈妈还站着呢，它就开始吃了。现在会给它们补奶粉，因为9只太多了，光靠妈妈的奶有点不够吃，每天都会给它们补个3到5次这样。每一只没有抢到奶的就会给它多喝点奶粉。可能现在每次喂奶都很煎熬啊，你想马上跑。没事，你要实在喂不了，我就给它们喝奶粉，好不好呀？你再坚持一下啊！躺下认命了。毕竟是对。毕竟是自己的孩子，有一种英勇就义的那种悲壮，太不容易了。现在小狗的牙挺厉害的呢，有的时候它们会嘬我的手指头，你就感觉到它牙在咬你，在啃你的手。喝奶的时候可使劲了，还会往外拽。最好别拍到我人。这个宝宝在后边没得吃。Sorry， 姐姐。哎，吃，口大点就爱吃了。
他是谁来着？
小灰，小男孩。哎，这个。
他的手还扒拉扒拉。
对，你可以给他个特写。你看他就是一只爪子支在我的那个手上。
自己抱着啊。
抱着喝。哦，别呛。这还有个想抢奶的，看见没？一直在啃我的那个袖子，小黄。他们吃，对，因为我经常给他们喂奶，他们知道我这有吃的，都过来捉我来了。一个一个来啊！哦，有，还要把别的小朋友踩在脚底。
小薇说我还没吃够嘞，你就走开了。
哎呀，咬我咬的好疼啊！这是谁呀？咬我咬的好疼。有，没事。
看这小熊，小灰追来了呀。
这只能一个一个喂。
小薇翻一个跟斗。
但是它一个吃老多都吃不饱呢。怎么全跑我这儿来了？我也喂不过来呀，这么多，一个一个来啊！宝宝们别急，这么大瓶呢。别急，有。
看你腿去。
都啃我腿，去找妈妈呀！找妈妈呀！怎么都到我这儿来了？
你是代理妈妈。
我奶多是不是？我奶多。有，一人给一口。小黄。哎呀，那个在咬我手腕呢。小灰倒了都。对，先去找妈妈，实在抢不到奶再来找我啊。小黄也不喝了，得找妈妈去。他们还知道换着喝啊，喝一口奶粉，喝一口母乳。
搭配。
这奶粉还挺好的，他们喝的长个子长得也挺快，也不拉肚子。这2天因为小宝宝们都20来天了，大狗的奶没有那么充足了。哎呦，都来我这儿了。守月怎么也来抢呀？守月也想喝。
月姐说尝2口。吃啥呀？
好喝。他说他得补奶才有奶。这个还是比小瓶那个好用一些。太能抢了。这一瓶一次都不够他们分的。
小子说到我了。
一人给2口。小嘴喝的好猛呀！他们有的时候可好玩，还会互相舔嘴。你看，他知道这个喝着奶呢，他就舔他的嘴，然后又来捉我的手。这个口还是稍微小了点，主要架不住宝宝太多了。哎呦，赶不上趟了。再大点都可以用盘喝了，我觉得。出奶量慢， 我再把它稍微剪大一点。这可以的，也不能太大了，怕呛着它。来，小白，我们小白弟弟之前一直是比较瘦小，现在已经很大个了。手月别抢啊！
小白说我成长了。
手月别抢，怎么能跟儿子抢奶喝呢？哦，喝，自己喝，我就不挤了，因为口开的比较大，怕呛着它。自己喝。
上次你发的是谁来着？嘴角边还有奶渍。
是啊，小辉吧。每次给他们喂奶就挺费时间的，这一瓶要喂挺久。主要小狗子太多。哦，有手月还得来一口，你一来2口就没了，不够他们喝的呢。好了好了，别捣乱啊！拍得到他们的脸吧？哎，这个小黄弟弟好可爱。
拍得到。
好的。
嘿，这2个，你看。
还有在啃我衣服呢。小黄弟弟
小紫啃你这个袖子
子
啃得好大劲儿。
是啊，可想而知，他喝妈妈奶的时候肯定很疼。手月又在抢。哎呀，小紫别啃我了啊！看这个，哦，有急坏了，急坏了。他说怎么还不轮到他？那你个子大嘛，让给个子小的弟弟妹妹们先喝。你喝妈妈的奶喝的那么积极，还要来抢这个，还要来抢我的奶呀、哦，喝，大口大口喝。又来一个抢的，这是谁？
小辉。
哦，小辉又来了。你都喝几波了，小辉？哎呦，呛着了，太急了。来，这个小可怜。它头不能翘得太高，就容易呛着，最好是水平着的。小白这是，
这个，你看嘛，它还是会咬。
会咬会啃，因为有小牙牙呢。哦呦，慢点喝，太急了吧？先把找我的这几个喂够了，那几个还能喝点母乳。哎呦，小爪子，太积极了。
抱着喝。
慢点喝啊，呛着那可麻烦，来抢来了。哦，小白，这不知道给哪个好呢。喝挺快啊，下去1/3啊，
还挺快，
挺慢的，挺慢的，喝半丁没喝多点儿呢。
你以为喝是一半呢，结果拿起来一看，
才喝了一点儿，因为比较慢喝，太快了又会呛着。我这都是用手挤着了，要等他自己嘬，那一个喝饱了饿死8个。哦，有小灰哟，小灰哟。小白，小白。